Namo Buddhaya. Welcome back to Monks in the Morning from Colombo Dhamma Friends of Mahameunawa. I'm so glad that you're joining us so we can spend time together now as Kalyanamitta, good spiritual friends. Do you remember this word Kalyanamitta? It means a special kind of friend who likes to help us practice the Supreme Buddha's teachings. And that's what we're going to do together today, practice the Supreme Buddha's teachings. It's hard to find people in the world to help us practice the Dhamma, so we can be happy knowing that we've found this rare opportunity. It's so important to have friends like all of you, so we can encourage each other to be the best people we can be. In today's program, we're going to learn about a lay disciple of the Supreme Buddha named Uttarā. We'll hear about all of the good actions that she did when she was in the human world that helped her to be reborn as a beautiful devata. As you listen to her story, I want you to be thinking about two very important things. First of all, I want you to listen for the things that she did that you have also done. It would be good to even write them down. The reason that I want you to pay attention for these things she did that you have also done is that so you can be happy knowing you are also doing the kinds of things that leads to rebirth in a heavenly realm. Second, and you may want to write these things down too, I want you to listen for things that she did that you haven't done or that you could improve on. That way, you can be happy thinking about the good things that you've done and the good things that you are going to do, all that lead to rebirth in a good destination. One of the things that Uttarā did was keep the 8 precepts. Do you remember what the 8 precepts are? Count them on your fingers with me. Not killing, not stealing, observing celibacy, not lying, not taking alcohol or intoxicants, not eating after noon, not using makeup or going to see entertainment, and not using fancy furniture. These are things that monks and nuns do all the time, but the Supreme Buddha encouraged his lay disciples to keep these precepts as often as they can. We'll also recite the Karaniya Metta Sutta in Pali and in English, so get your chanting book ready or click on the show notes link to follow along online. Now let's go for refuge and take the 5 precepts.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say after me, I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs, with the refuge of the noble triple gem. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, to escape from the sufferings of samsara. May it help me. May it be a blessing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, the Buddha had great qualities. The Buddha was an Arahant, Samma Sambuddha, Vidyacharana Sampanna, Sugata, Lokavidu, Anuttara Purisa Dhammasarathi, Sattadeva Manusana, Buddho, Bhagava. The meaning of Buddha means the Blessed One taught what he realized without holding anything back for the purification of other beings. The Supreme Buddha taught the Dhamma, the things that he realized for the benefit, for the purification of other people's mind without holding anything back. So that's why we call Buddha. So because of that great quality, the great Arahants, the great disciples in the past heard the Dhamma, learned Dhamma from the Buddha. And the monks, the great Sangha, also had an amazing quality. The great Sangha has an amazing quality. What's that? Samichi Patipanna. What is Samichi Patipanna? The Sangha, while practicing the Dhamma, they preach this Dhamma to others. So if the Buddha did not have the quality of preaching Dhamma to others, that is Buddha, the Arahants won't learn Dhamma. There will be no monks today. This monk's life, a monk life was introduced by a Buddha. And if monks did not preach Dhamma to others, to the others, these monks will not grow. The number of monks will not increase. So imagine, children, these enormous qualities. For these enormous qualities, we should worship. We should become grateful to the Buddha. We should be grateful to the Buddha, and also we should be grateful to the Sangha. Especially for the monks who are preaching Dhamma to you all. Especially the monks who are protecting your this life and also your next life and also your upcoming lives until you attain Nibbana. Think about the services that monks do for you all. If you are unable to learn Dhamma, if you are not happy to meditate, they organize other events for you all. If you can't meditate, they will chant Paritta for you all. If you can't chant Paritta, they will give you some other work to do. If you at least can't meditate, if you can't read a book, at least you can go and clean a Bodhi tree compound. If you can't read Dhamma, you can listen to Dhamma. If you can't listen to Dhamma, you can read Dhamma. If you can't do anything at all, at least you can look at a Buddha statue and think who the Buddha is. Then your mind will get purified by thinking the Buddha's qualities. Dear children, so we should be wise enough to make our lives successful by thinking wisely. So today we are going to learn about gratefulness, children. One day when Arahan Moggallana visited a divine mansion, met a divine being and asked, you are so beautiful. What kind of good karma you have done when you were in the human life? Then the devata said, in my previous life, I was a housewife in the human world. I did not envy anyone. See the first one. I was not greedy, nor was I arrogant. I was obedient to my husband and did not get angry at him. Now you all are small kids. See whether you all are obedient to the people around you. I was eager to observe 8 precepts. Most important thing. She was eager to observe 8 precepts 4 times a month on each of the 4 moon phases. Now children, think whether you all are observing, see and talk to yourself and see whether you all are observing 8 precepts at least once a month. At least half a day. Most of the children who come for the Poe Day program, they observe only 8 precepts. Some children, they observe 8 precepts, but the moment they leave the door, they give up. The moment they go home, they open the fridge and start eating. So whatever the happiness that divine beings experience in the past, the lay disciples who practiced Dhamma during the Buddha's time and later once they were born in divine worlds, the happiness that they experience, will we be able to experience that happiness? No. Why? We don't have the cause. We have not built up the cause. What's the cause? Observing 8 precepts. 4 times a month, I led a restrained life and was very generous. Very generous. That means she had shared her belongings, her wealth with others. She converted the wealth to merit. How can you convert your money to merit? You have to offer it, children. How can you convert your properties to merit? The moment when you convert your property, your money to merit, that merit cannot be stolen. But as long as you keep money will get destroyed. Either you will get destroyed one day, you will die. We are not here forever. So try to learn to convert your money or your properties to merit. Try to convert your belongings to merit, so that you will die with merit. Then children, this devata says that I did not cheat on my husband. I was delighted to keep these 5 precepts every day. So on 4 days a month, she observes 8 precepts and she delighted to keep these 5 precepts, to keep the 5 precepts. Now, when we give 5 precepts, it's a burden. It's a trouble, it's a headache. But for the people who lived in the past, who experienced happiness in life, they delighted in the 5 precepts. Dear children, she did not cheat anyone. She says, I was a lay follower of Gautama Supreme Buddha, who had the great wisdom to see the reality of the world. I was wise enough to realize the 4 noble truths because of my virtuous life. What life? Virtuous life. And meritorious deeds, I live very happily here. I have been born as a beautiful devata and enjoy all the wonderful things that delight my heart. Great Bhante, those were the meritorious deeds I did to have such a beautiful body that shines in all directions. Then she says, children, please Bhante, to Arahan Moggallana, she says, please Bhante, pay homage on my behalf by placing your head on the Blessed One's sacred feet and saying, Bhante, the lay follower named Uttarā, pays homage by placing her head on the Blessed One's sacred feet. The Blessed One stated that I have attained a certain fruit of the enlightenment. I too know that. Then say, children, after they become gods, they did not forget the Buddha, gratefulness. So we also should remember the Buddha. We should also remember the Buddha and pay homage to the Buddha whenever we see the Buddha. If you are traveling, you can pay homage to the Buddha by placing your hands together while seated. You can think, may my homage to the Buddha. The moment when you come to a monastery, worship the Buddha first. Children, we should be aware of this true nature. Once we get a human life, we think, okay, this is the maximum and this is the best place for us to live. And we fight and we struggle for the things that could be only achieved in the human world. We don't try to achieve something beyond the human world. Even in the human world, there are things to achieve in life that can be lasting forever, that will be lasting forever. We don't achieve those things. Why? We are not aware of them. But fortunately, Buddha taught the fortunate things, the valuable things, because he had a wonderful quality, that is Buddha. And after learning that Dhamma from the Buddha, the great Arahants taught this Dhamma for us. They protected this Dhamma. It came from lineage to lineage. Why? They had the quality of preaching Dhamma, that is Samiji Patipanna. Samiji Patipanno. So children, be happy thinking the great qualities of the Buddha and the great Sangha. So human beings became divine beings by doing good deeds. So may you have the opportunity to cultivate wholesome deeds as much as possible in this very short life, in this very short period, and realize the Four Noble Truths forever in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
Paritta chanting, Karaniya Metta Sutta, the discourse on loving kindness. Turn to page 24 in your chanting book. This is one of the best suttas to learn how to practice loving kindness meditation. It starts by explaining some basic good qualities we need to have, and then explains the way we need to think to have these thoughts of loving kindness. Today, we'll chant the sutta in Pali and English, along with the kids from the Australian Dhamma School.
Nacha Kuttan Samachare
It was great to spend time with you again today. We hope that you learned something that you can do to collect merit from listening to the story of Uttarā and her mansion, and from reciting the Karaniya Metta Sutta. Now let's share merits that we collected. Today, we've done many wholesome actions by body, speech, and mind. And when we do that, we like for others to be happy thinking about these things. So, may our teacher, Lokaswami Ahamsa, may all heavenly beings, departed relatives, our parents, and our friends, may they all rejoice in this merit, and may they soon experience for themselves the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.